Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel and welcome back to Manor Lords. Last episode I promised we'd be getting on with building our military here in Iconhow, and we have actually needed to do that because there have been a couple of bandit attacks whilst we've been kind of playing off camera. But looking over here, it's not Iconhow, sorry, it's Zwayow. I should definitely remember that. So there's a lack of entertainment here in Zwayow and people aren't too happy about it. We've got an empty work area over here where the forager's hut is, but I'm not in any rush to sort any of that out right now because today is all about getting these houses upgraded here. So this burgage plot we'll queue for an upgrade. There's another one here which we can do, and then I think that one can go, and this one as well. There we have it, and then everything is good to go. So once these guys are upgraded, we'll be able to start putting in the various extra bits and pieces that we need to really start having this fleshed out and be able to produce some stuff from our ores that we've been refining. So currently we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and they can all kind of be upgraded to have these new workshops on there. We do need tools, so we are going to have to bring in tools, but we can get in the bowyer's workshop, we can get the joiners, the blacksmiths, and my aim, of course, as always, is to have one blacksmith producing swords, one producing spears, and so on and so forth, all the way along until all of our blacksmiths have stuff up and running. Now over here we do have some jobs that we can assign and stuff, and we can't actually do that until we've upgraded a few things. Now if we go over to this little area here where the saw pit is, you can see that there's plenty of stuff currently being made there, and the only problem is our storehouses are quite far away, so it might be time to build another storehouse here that's solely for wood and stuff, just to kind of boost that production line a little bit. But right now I'm not too worried about it. We can actually just bring in another, we'll upgrade that hitching post to a small stable, but as you can see our planks are running quite low. If I have a quick look at the saw pit and the planks there, there's 35 in storage that just need to be brought over to an area where they can be used. Looking over here, we've got one abandoned food stall that I'm just going to demolish just so that it's out of the way, and this one as well is going to go, and then this one. Just clearing these up as best I can, really. You can see here we've got quite a bit of capacity there, which is great. Lots of food and fuel variety. Clothing is almost there, and that shouldn't take us too long to get up to 100%. But people are frustrated with a lack of entertainment. Now our tavern does have stuff, but currently they don't have a great supply. If we have a quick look at our crops, we don't have a great deal of barley in stock, and looking at malt, we don't have any malt, and we've only got 4 units of ale in stock, which is slightly problematic because the supply and demand for this is pretty large. So we want to try and keep 3 in reserve of ale, just to kind of, we want to try and keep that as good as possible. We don't want to run out of ale, but right for now I think we're in a bit of an issue. So one of our storehouses is also full. It's this large one here. Hopefully that's going to start funneling goods into the other storehouse we've got, but because of the lack of stuff in terms of getting new buildings put in place and things, we've got people who are kind of coming in. We've got 10 living spaces available, and that's for these burgage plots so that people can actually go to work back in the hunting camp and the tannery, and that could be rather problematic. If we have a look at what is being produced here, we've obviously got the cobblers just making the boots, so that's fine, and it could be worth us then having a look and seeing if we can somehow boost this population. There we go. Right, there's no lack of entertainment now, and that's probably because we've managed to get that ale distributed. We're only going to get 36 barley on the next harvest though, whereas over here in Iconhow, as you will see, the barley is looking really strong. So it might well be that we can actually now build, now that these settlements are starting to come to life a little bit more, we could maybe build a pack station or something. So let's have a quick look at logistics. I'm going to put a pack station up here on the corner. Let's put it here, just on the outskirts of town. So once that pack station is built, we can hopefully start trading some stuff in. Now, timber and planks and stuff might be a good idea, but we could also trade some iron into Iconhow in exchange for barley. I'm not quite at the point where these guys are actually going to need the barley yet, so I don't want it to go to waste. I think if I have a quick look at my crops here, where are we looking? If we go into our farmhouse, barley, grain, barley, very low spoilage, but it will spoil. Surely it's going to spoil eventually. So we want to keep an eye on that. And if we can transport the barley into Zvaya, where we'll build a new pack station here, and we'll put that kind of right in the middle of our trade area. There's a little bit of space there actually, so we can put that in, get the pack station constructed, and that should help us get things moving in a little bit more of a productive way. Currently though, we've got a lot of veggies that'll be produced. The apple orchards will start turning a profit quite soon. You can see there we've got lots of berries, lots of meat, apples and vegetables. So the people who are currently living in Zvaya have a really nice range of stuff. It's just about making sure that the ale situation is sorted out as best we can. And that shouldn't be a problem now that we've got set up here, but my main focus really has to be on getting this stuff done. Now that tools have a use, it's probably going to be a really good idea to get them up and running very quickly. If I have a quick look at my commodities, crafting materials, I don't see tools there either. What about construction? There we go. We've got 6 tools in here now, so we should be able to get our first blacksmiths built. So this first blacksmith is going to be producing tools. We currently don't have enough construction materials for some reason. What are we lacking? Lacking in tools, even though there are definitely tools there. Is it planks that we're missing? It's probably planks, yeah. So if we go over to our saw pit, they do have 11 there. We're going to put this up to advanced. We're going to reduce the reserve down. No, we're going to leave the reserve actually. If we have a quick look at our logging camp here, they don't actually have anything stored inside, which means the timber situation is a little bit drastic. So if we just move over here, let's go to this far-reaching area. Oh, I like that. That's new. We've got a new update as well that kind of shows us what we're going to be able to harvest in each area. So there's 44, 46, 50. I'm not sure what's going on with that. That didn't look right to me, but apparently we can get 62 timber from this region alone. I just come back over here a bit. 61 will do in that small area for some strange reason. And then we'll go over to our forester's hut, which is here, and just make sure their work area is within this little space here, because they will then go and reforest all of the area that has already been cut down. Good. Right, hopefully that will solve itself very soon. I'm going to boost the priority of this build to the highest, because then we can start producing our own tools. And maybe we are going to need to have a look at getting another woodcutters area, because timber and stuff, that's probably going to be our next big target here to push Zvaya forward. If we can, however, just get this little pack station up and running as soon as possible, that is going to give us a really nice boost, because we can set up a trade as quickly as possible. So I'm going to speed things up a little bit here to get those buildings done, and hopefully it won't take us too long. Now our pack station should be able to have one donkey or mule stationed at it, but we need to just make sure that that's possible. There we go. Right, so we can order a mule. We can have one person working it, and we should be able to hire another mule in 29 days, which is good. Then we can set our pack station up going to and from our new area here. We'll put one person working there. Actually, let's take them away and see if we can just find someone who's already living here. These guys are unassigned, so actually let's go to this one here. Is someone unassigned there? Yes, right. We'll have them assigned to the pack station. There we go. Right, now over to our advanced. They are going to have a barter partner with Iconhow, and they are going to send... Let's have them send... Maybe they could send charcoal, because I've got quite a lot of charcoal. No, I haven't. Actually, yeah, we'll have them send charcoal, and we'll have them receive barley, wherever the barley is. Could be down here. There it is. So let's just change that to mail armor. Yeah, okay, so For every 1 unit of charcoal we send, we'd be able to get 2.5 units of barley. So if I now have a look at the pack station here, you can see, if we just have a look at is there anything there? The royal tax has gone up. That's not great. We are going to permanently assign 1 unit of livestock to it. Then we're going to go over here and we're going to have a look at this. We are going to order a mule and then permanently assign 1 unit of livestock there when it gets there. So hopefully this will now send off charcoal. We have a quick look here. Let's have a look at our charcoal burners. How are they doing? Now, they do have plenty of stuff going on. And again, the forester's hut is working quite nicely there. And the woodcutters are able to produce stuff there, which is good. So we can kind of come all the way through and get stuff back, which is what we want, really. And then if we have a quick look here, our next harvest of barley is due soon. If we have a quick look at the people who are working here, and if we find where this person is, he's currently on his way. What about this one? He is also on his way, but he is walking because we haven't yet got our mule for some reason. And she is also walking. That's a little bit frustrating, but they have gone over to this area, which is what we wanted. Let's see if we can just set up a trade partner here with Svayao, and they are going to send barley, and they are going to collect charcoal as well. So hopefully that will sort out, and we can start seeing some barley leaving. We've only got 86 in there now, so some has definitely gone. We've got 81. So that should now be filtering in. Yes, it has. So 10 barley has now arrived. We are hemorrhaging charcoal a little bit though, so we are going to need to keep an eye on that. But we are now able to get barley, which means we'll continue to produce malt, and then that will eventually filter down and become ale, which is fantastic because that's going to allow us to keep on doing stuff. Right, let's just slow down a second. And our blacksmith here is currently ready to go, and we are going to have them produce tools. They can also produce iron parts as well, so maybe we need 5 blacksmiths. But we are now producing iron tools. We're then going to upgrade this burgage plot to another blacksmith's workshop. And then taking it over here, we are going to do another one. Again, a blacksmith workshop. Now, these guys obviously will lose the chicken coops that were there because they are all now becoming blacksmiths. So that is another one, 1, 2, 3, 4, and one final one here. We can't have them. They can become a brewery, but we don't have the tools to actually make them into a full blacksmiths yet. So that's fine though. If we have a look at our military, you can see we've already produced 13 sidearms, which is excellent. Then this one is going to be a blacksmith's, of course, and then over here we are going to start producing our joiner's workshop, but again we are going to need tools for that. And this blacksmith is that's where he comes in. It's where he becomes a bit of a master for us, really, because if he can stay fueled up, and again charcoal production will probably have to increase. So if we go over to this burgage plot where I do think we have charcoal burners, we're going to upgrade that one. And this one as well. I think we've got charcoal burners in here. We're going to upgrade that one. Over here we have 2 firewood cutters, and here I think again foresters. So we don't have any more burgage plots here that we can really go into. These guys are working in the mines. These guys also work in the mines, I think. Got miners. These are a miner as well. These guys are currently, I think, working in the warehouses. So we could actually move them over. We only have 2 working in there right now. That's something we can sort out. What about these guys? Smelters. Okay, so yes, they work in the bloomery. Then we also have logging camps and a forester's hut here. These burgage plots currently do have a family assigned to them, but we might need to build more on this side of town. However, looking over here, I think we've got people living in here now, or we should have. Doesn't look like it though. No families residing here, so they must all be moving into other locations, which is fine for now, but we are going to need to keep an eye on that. The barley is coming in quite nicely. Charcoal seems to be stable, but I am aware that I'm about to put in a load more blacksmiths. What about here? Can we now build another blacksmith? No, we are still waiting for some planks. Again, we only have 5 planks. Am I trading out planks? Is that something that I'm doing? Because it seems like we're not producing a great deal in terms of plankage and stuff. So let's have a quick look over at our trading post. What trades do we have? Yes, we are currently exporting planks, so I'm going to turn that off. We've got plenty of money, plenty of treasury money as well, so we are going to need to hold off on the plank production for a little bit because we need to focus on our own. Having a look then over at Ikenhow, which is now kind of discovering the usefulness of charcoal, but they are producing quite a lot of crops, and it's really going to help us out because we're able to boost the tavern production here, and it might well be that we have to go back to Ikenhow and maybe add in another farm. So we currently have one farmhouse that is fully stocked. They get regular stuff. Flax might be something that we start to look to produce here to get our gambesons up and running, but I think Ikenhow, in terms of that, I wanted to go with things like what do we want to go for here? I think we wanted to go into orchardry or maybe sheep breeding or something. We got 3 currently unlocked. The heavy plough was one thing we were looking at, and fertilization. I do want to go with orchardry because I think that's going to be quite important. So if I end up with heavy plough, orchardry and fertilization, that means all 6 of my points have been spent. Sheep breeding could be a good one to go for. Now, I don't know if the butcher will slaughter your sheep, but that's something that we do need to consider. We're going to upgrade some of these houses just so that we get some more population moving in, because they're currently throttled at this moment in time, and if I can upgrade any of the other ones, that's exactly what we're going to do. So currently these are all upgraded. I don't think these are upgradable at all. I think they're just single ones that produce chickens, and I may have had a job for them that I seem to have forgotten, but we're going to expand the living space here, and then we're going to do the same if we can. Get some upgrades in so we can start bringing in regional wealth. Now the problem is we don't have a manor for this area yet, so that's something that we will look to do in the future. We do have 6 empty spaces. Obviously we've got the clay pit there, that could be useful. That's why we've taken deep mining there. They are able to produce bread through the communal ovens, but again, we don't actually have anybody working in them yet. Charcoal kiln isn't producing anything because nobody works there. I think a population expansion is probably due over here in Ikenhow. But before we do that, we're going to have a quick look over here, see if we are ready to get a 5th blacksmith in. No, we're still short of planks. Currently only 5 in stock there, but that's okay. This blacksmith is now being constructed. We're going to speed things up a little bit. It's been a bit of a slower episode in terms of things. There is a lack of entertainment, but hopefully we should now get ale being produced in stock and people ready to upgrade. I'm just going to pause a second actually, because those houses that I am able to upgrade, we better queue them up. And again, the plank shortage is what's going to kill us here, because we're not able to produce enough. If we have a look, we're running low on food as well. And that is probably due to the fact that we don't have anyone living in these areas yet. We've still got 5 houses that we do need to have occupied. As you can see, nobody living in those 4. Hopefully, at the rate we're growing, we will see some more people moving in, and then we can get back to hunting. We have a look over here at this burgage plot. We can now get a 5th and final blacksmith in. Now these guys are producing tools, so we're going to swap this one to sidearms. Then we're going to swap this one to spears. Let's make sure that that one worked. Spears, and then the last one will go to polearms, and then this final one will eventually be metal parts once that is done. Good, okay, food is becoming a bit of an issue here. The charcoal is dwindling as well as we speak. Barley's coming in, that's okay. We should, once January is around, start seeing some berries being produced again. We have 4 houses left to be occupied, and it looks like somebody has finally moved into there, so we'll go into the hunting camp with those guys, and then we will immediately expand the living space. And that'll really help us. We'll be able to get people moving into that very quickly. We will be able to construct a small backyard expansion there, probably with goats and stuff, just because I think it's quite close to the meat production, so we'll be able to get a little bit more meat in there. Eggs we'll probably start to move away from. We don't really need them now. Metal parts over here. And then this burgage plot, we can start looking to get our cobblers, joiners workshop. So we need 3 of these. Oh, actually, no. I don't want to do that one. Let's leave that one. We'll remove that in a second because what I want here is an armorer. And then on either side, we will have a bowyer, another bowyer here. Yeah, I think that works. So we'll have 2 bowyers, we've got an armourer there, and then our wooden parts and stuff can go around the back. We'll build some new burgage pots and they can go right next to these foresters' huts and logging camps. Looking at our food, I think we're going to have enough to survive here, but we do need to be very careful. If we have a look, do we have someone living in here yet? No. There is a second family now into there, so that's our hunting camp fully stocked again. Meat coming in, which is great. And over here, we should now have people moving in there. Not quite yet, but what we'll do is we'll expand the living space there. We'll expand the living space there and there as well. And at least we know that construction is done and underway. Now, over here, I'm just going to, just for argument's sake and for the sake of the fact that, you know, it's quite frustrating. No, I can't do it. We're going to demolish these 2 buildings because I've made a bit of a mistake here and I want to reset them. I want to have, where's my burgage plots? There we go. Once this is clear, you just have a quick look there. I'm just going to have, what have we got there? We've got tools and wood planks. Okay, so we're going to have this large storehouse. I'm just going to change that work area to here so they go and pick those supplies up nice and quick for me. And then once that's done, we're going to change things around a little bit. We're going to build those burgage plots back. We do need them. Let's just have a look at that large storehouse. Make sure they're taking on as many goods as possible. Yes, they seem to be anyway. Let's have a quick look again. Yeah, they are definitely accepting planks. They're accepting the armor and stuff. That's good. That's what we want. So let's get some work done, guys. Come on, pick this stuff up. We need it. Need it back in the workforce. I'm going to then have to upgrade these 2 houses very quickly again. Get rid of this stuff and then we can start working on that sort of stuff. Right, we're going to get warbows produced in this one. We'll get crossbows in the next door. And then eventually, once everything is sorted, we can finally have our metal helmets being produced again. So we can come along to here and up to there. Bring in these 2. And then once the space is cleared, it's quite frustrating that we have to wait for the space to be cleared, but that's life, unfortunately, when you're an idiot like me who makes some mistakes from time to time. Let's see if we can just squeeze another little burgage pot in here. I don't think we'll get one with a backyard expansion, though, so yeah, we can't. But what I might do is I might just have that in anyway, and then they can work in the forester's hut that's just there on the outskirts, or they could actually work in the bloomery, and then the people that are currently working in the bloomery, we can change them into some sort of other job. They could actually become a different, you know, they could get a different role, and they could just work in that logging camp as well, whilst maintaining the chicken coop that they currently have. We still do manage to get in some eggs, which is good to see. There should now be some more people moving into these houses, so I can see the meat is starting to come back as well. And then we'll get more people working in the tannery, which is perfect, really. And then the cobbler's shop is obviously there as well. And then these guys are going to need some backyard expansions too. So let's give them, for now, we'll give them animal pens, and then we'll do the same here with another animal pen and another. All animal pens along this area. There we go. And then once we get people moving into those houses, they're going to be bringing in meat and stuff, which is exactly what we need. We've got some weather damage going on here because for some reason, if I just go back to that large storehouse, they are definitely accepting those and the tools, but they don't seem to be wanting to go and pick them up. They might be working at the market. I have no idea, but we do have stuff getting soaked. We now currently have apple orchard there that looks to be almost fully up and running. The other ones are taking a bit more time to grow, but that's fine. Zvio has weathered the storm. We're doing okay. Hopefully that'll get cleared soon enough. I don't want to spend too much time just sitting and watching that, though. If we go over to here, let's have a look at how the barley is doing. There's no barley left here, but if we have a quick look over at Zvio and the fuel, charcoal is maintaining a steady growth pace. So we're able to have that trade go really nicely. If we have a quick look, do we have anybody who's able to upgrade? Yes, we've got some houses over here that we can upgrade, so we'll get those put in. And it all gives us a little bit more of a boost to our economy, which is perfect. Good. Right, what else? Can we upgrade some over here? Yeah, we can. We absolutely can. So we'll get some more in here. Now, this side of town is a little bit of a no man's land because there's not a great deal going on here. And we're just waiting, again, for more upgrades to come in. But these guys are going to be... These two were just going to be workers. These three, sorry, were just going to be workers. And we are going to put in some more animal pens on either side. Again, going full into meat production. Apples, of course, we're going to have to wait until the end of the year. But hopefully we'll be getting a much bigger harvest this season. And just taking another quick look over here. We are going to bring in pigs. Again, pigs to here. Then we're going to have... I think we'll have... maybe goats in this one. No, we don't actually need goats. We'll just continue with pigs. So it's more meat. Good meat production coming in here now. And then we will assign the third person to the tannery. And then we have space for another person who just is currently unassigned. So we'll have them head down to the woodcutter's lodge. Maybe what have we got? We've got 3 in there. We've got a logging camp worker. We've got a forester. And the saw pit. They are all now fully stocked. That person then should now be a firewood cutter. Good. And then over here we've got one unassigned family who we're not quite sure where we're going to put them. We can now finally put back these burgage plots, which is exactly what I wanted to do. Oh, another increase to the royal tax, which is not ideal because I don't think we're doing a great deal of production expansion, but there we go. They get built now. We'll upgrade them nice and quick, get them to level 2, and then we shouldn't be far off being able to realize our dreams. Now, these two that are unassigned, I'm going to have them work in the forester's hut here. And that's going to be important because they are then going to redevelop a forested area in this space here, which keeps our lovely deer happy. What's going on here? What are you waiting for? You're sick. Oh, no. All right. Well, that's not great, is it? But we do have berries coming in as well, I think. Yes, lots of berries. We've got eggs. We've got plenty of meat being produced. Apples, of course, like I said, we've got to wait on them. And I think there's been a pretty successful episode. We now have our blacksmiths up and running. We got our bowyer, who is now going to start producing bows. And our army should not be far off. Obviously, these burgage plots are going to need to be constructed, but as you can see, war bows, crossbows, we are going to need to build the wooden areas because our next step is going to be getting more crossbows built, and then helmets will be the next one. So our big step forward then is going to be some more burgage plots here that are going to be converted into wood-based things. Wood-based production. So if we come along to here and we just go to the edge, we can get 3 in there, and I think that's all we need. So once they're constructed, we'll be able to have like a full industrial area here. The foresters are going to reforest an area just here so that we can then hide all of our other stuff with this lovely little forested area. Okay. That has been a big episode focused in Zvio. I'm just going to head on over here to Goldhof, where everybody is still alive. We're not doing too bad, but this is what we're going to focus on next episode. They've got loads of vegetables and stuff, so they are lasting and they are surviving, but we've not paid a great deal of attention to Goldhof. Looking back into Eichenau, if I just sweep across here, they again are holding firm, holding steady. They've got lots of charcoal coming in now. Plenty of flax has just come off. So it might be time to have a look at tailoring over here in Eichenau to produce gambesons that will then go to Zvio, where my main army is going to be based. So again, we will finish with a nice view of Zvio, which continues to improve, and I will see you for another episode of Manor Lords. Thank you all for watching. Bye-bye.